Hello everyone. In this video lecture is also the continuation of the topic, that is the different types of electrodes. So now I am going to discuss about the topic on microelectrodes and its equivalent circuit under unit 1 of basics of biomedical instrumentation. Outline of my presentation: objective, microelectrodes, then metal electrodes and its equivalent circuits. So next one, the final topic of this presentation, micropipette electrodes are discussed here. Next, the objective. The main objective of this video lecture is to study about the different types of microelectrodes and its equivalent circuit. Next, first let us discuss microelectrode and then its different types. So the microelectrodes are used to measure the potential potential within a single cell. So it is very small in diameter, and during the insertion into the cell there is no damage. So it is usually placed inside the cell and the reference cell is placed outside the cell. So it is used to measure the potential within the cell. So these are electrodes with the tips suitably small to penetrate a single cell and obtained readings from them. So the tip will penetrate without the damaging the cell. So it has a high impedances in the range of megohms because of their smaller size. Next, this diagram represents the structure of a metal microelectrode for intracellular reading. So next, this is one of the type of microelectrode. This is a metal microelectrode. So this metal microelectrodes are formed by electrolytically etching the tip of white tungsten or stainless steel. So this technique is known as electropointing. So this type of electrodes are coated with insulating material. So the suitable metals for these microelectrodes are stainless steel, platinum iridium alloy and tungsten. The tungsten carbide is also used because of its great strength. The etched metal needle is supported in a larger metallic shaft that can be insulated. So this shaft connected to its lead wire. So to reduce the impedance, some electrolytic process like chloriding, so the tip and then developing by the photographic developer can be performed. In this figure shows the electrode with its tip placed within a cell, showing the origin of distributed capacitance. The metal is coated within the insulating material, so the capacitance set up between the metal and extracellular fluid. Here look at this. This is the distributed capacitance CD. So consider the microelectrode to be a coaxial cylinder capacitance. This diagram represents the equivalent circuit of metal microelectrode. Here the EMA is nothing but metal electrode electrolyte potential at the microelectrode tip, and where EMB is the reference electrode electrolyte potential, whereas EMP is the variable cell membrane potential, and next RS is the resistance of the that is a metal microelectrode, and RE is the resistance of the extracellular fluid. These two resistance value is very small, that is very negligible. So CD is the distributed capacitor. So RMA, CMA and EMA are constitute the impedance of the microelectrode tip to intracellular fluid interface. The RMB, CMB and EMB constitute the impedance of the reference electrode to extracellular fluid interface, where CW, this one is lead wire capacitor, and CD2 is the distributed capacitor between the insulated shaft of the microelectrode and the extracellular fluid, and the CDI is the capacitance between the tip of the microelectrode and the intracellular fluid is negligible because the potential difference across it does not change. This one is the approximate equivalent resistance of the previous circuit. So since the area of the reference electrode is many times greater than the metal electrode tips, so whose area of the cross section is very small, its impedance is negligible, so that the impedance of the microelectrode tip is inversely proportional to the area of the tip and frequency. Thus, when the input impedance of the amplifier is not high enough, it behaves as a high pass filter. The output across these two terminals is nothing but the sum of these two potential, it is EMP and EE. Next, this is another type of microelectrode, that is called as a micropipette electrode. So this micropipette electrode has the tip diameter 1 micrometer and it is filled with electrolyte 3M KCl. So it is it consisting of flexible metal wire from chloride silver, stainless steel or tungsten is inserted into the stem of micropipette. The friction between the wire and the stem of the micropipette and the fluid surface tension hold the micropipette on the wire. The other end of the metal wire is mounted to a rigid support and the other free ends of it is rest on the cell. So this is the reference electrode. Here you have to measure the there is final potential. So this end is connected to your device. So this diagram represents the equivalent circuit of the micropipette. Here EMA, this one EMA is nothing but the potential between the metal, this EMA is nothing but the potential difference between the metal wire and the electrolyte filled in the micropipette. The EMB is the potential difference between the reference and the extracellular fluid, and then EJ is nothing but variable cell membrane potential. So the ET is nothing but the potential existing at the tip due to different electrolytes presented in the micropipette and the cell. RT is nothing but the resistance of the electrolyte filling the tip of the micropipette, so which is very large. So CD is nothing but the distributed capacitance existing between the fluid in the pipette and the extracellular fluid, where RMA, CMA and EMA constitute the impedance of the micropipette. And this one is EMB, CMB and RMB is the impedance of the, consider the impedance of the reference electrode to extracellular fluid interface. So here the impedance of the electrode placed a limit on the response time of the circuit, and when the micropipette is coupled with an amplifier terminal AB, this terminal AB, Then the membrane potential EMP is coupled with it via a high resistance, the resistance RT, and the moderate shunt capacitance CD along with the electrode potential, so that it behaves as a low pass filter when the input impedance of the amplifier is not high enough. So the output across this point is equal to the sum of these two potential EM plus EMP, where EM is nothing but the equation EM is nothing but the sum of EJ plus ET plus EMA minus EMP. This is the approximate equivalent circuit of this one. References. These references I have used for this preparation. I have used for this video lecture preparation. Thank you for watching this video.